Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you a way to repurpose an old pair of junk binoculars, and stick around at the end of the video. I'll also tell you what's in this box if you don't already know. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use these for, since they've just been laying in my hunting cabinet for I don't know how long, but they're pretty old. But we're going to take these lenses out, and I'm going to show you guys you can start a fire super easy with an old pair of binoculars like this, any type of magnifying lens, even your reading glasses or something like that, you can definitely start a fire with. This lens right here is what you'll find inside your binoculars or something similar to that. But this will work, like I said, a reading glasses, any kind of glasses, something like that. I'm just going to show you real quick a piece of char material from our last video, and then we'll go out and I'll show you some other stuff that you can find out in the woods if you don't have char material with you and you're trying to just start from, say, your reading glasses is all you have on you. So we got a good lens here, and you can see how bright that is. I mean, right there. And you got to get the right distance. Like if I get close, it'll be, you know, a larger circle. When you get farther away and get the smallest pinhole, it's so bright you can't even look at it. There's smoke rolling off that log already, if you can see that. And there's a bee on my hand. Get in real close. Can you see that smoke coming off there?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh yeah.
You can see it starting.
Yep. So take your tar material right here, angle right at the sun, pull that, get us a little ember, done. I don't know if you guys can see that, but large ember there already. Now, I'm not trying to start a fire right now, so we're gonna throw that back in our tin here and let it cool back down, and I'll be able to use that again. It'll choke that oxygen off. Pack it all back in here. If you decide, you know, that you want to get into primitive fire building, just keep something, you know, wrap this lens up in something, piece of cloth, leather, put it in a little pouch, something like that, so that it keeps the scratches off of it. Because if it gets all banged up, it'll be just harder to start a fire with. But let's go now, and we'll go out in the woods and we'll find like a rotting stump, like some cherry or any kind of rotting stump that has like that reddish tint to it. So what you do is you turn that into a powder, into a little pile, and then you can hit it with your magnifying glass or something like that. Oh God. Ah! We're gonna walk through and try to find an old rotten stump that we can get a little bit of that wood I was talking about off of it. But if not, we're also going to keep our eyes out for horse hoof fungus. You guys have seen it growing on trees before. It looks like a horse hoof, and the underneath you can take a piece of it off, and it's got like a reddish color to it too, or brown, but it's like satin textured a little bit. This here is what we're looking for, essentially. This material here, this stump, you know, is just falling apart, but that right there is too moist, too rotten, it's too far gone. But you can see it has a reddish tint, hopefully. But we'll keep pulling off of this stump. I mean, this one's pretty rotten, but we'll find something on here. Okay, so now that we came farther into this log, into some drier areas, you can see this material here. This is what I'm after. And it has like that reddish tint to it. Now I can take pieces of this dry material here and smash it between my fingers or on a log or something and get a good fine powder of that stuff build up. So we'll take this back and we'll get out into a sunny area, and I'll show you guys how to use this as well. All right guys, we brought this back out into the sun. I want to apologize about the audio. For a few of my videos lately, we had some malfunctions on the camera with the one video, and then also I do need to get a wireless mic of some kind. But we got the neighbor's lawnmower going right now. We've been busy today, but we didn't have time to go deep in the bush. But we're gonna shave some of this exterior off that's got some moisture in it, and then we're gonna get to the most dry material there, and then we'll get a couple chunks out of there. Like this. Just shaving some of this out of there. And this stuff's really, really light and soft. That's more than enough to get our coal going. Can never have too much though, because like the other day when we were trying to start that fire with our striker, I mean the humidity was just unreal, and then even when we got it going, everything was so damp. It was just a pain in the butt. Let's grind this up into a powder right here. Hoping we don't lose sun. The weather's been kind of iffy lately. And I'm just pinching it real hard and rolling it in my fingers until it turns into a powder. Some pieces work better than others. I grew up here on the hill, and I had Josh with me, cameraman right now, and Matt, you know, every once in a while when they came up on the weekends or during the summer and stuff, but other than that, I didn't hang out with a lot of people, so I just went out in the woods with my dog all the time and ate beans over the fire. I started fires all kind of different ways. I think I started my first bow drill and magnifying glass, and I really like the magnesium rods, but they're not that great now that I've been using a ferro rod. But probably when I was, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old, something like that. But I haven't done a magnifying glass fire in I don't know how long, but I figured it'd be an interesting video. So we'll shave that up a little bit better, grind it up a little better. Get that in the pile there. Take our magnifying glass, aim it into the sun. We'll find our proper distance and hold it real steady. Smoke already. Now we got to stay in there until we get an actual ember going. It smells like incense. Now that's probably good already, honestly. Now, you can let that sit there and it'll get bigger. It'll grow on its own. And now you have some time, you know, to make sure you have everything prepared. And normally we would have started this ember on some type of like small fireboard, piece of bark, something like that. That way we could have took it from, if we had to sit out in the sun, we could have transported it to our fireplace or, you know, back to camp or something like that, and then started our actual fire there. If it starts to go out a little bit, like this one is, heat her back up. We need a little bit bigger ember next time before we give up on the magnifying glass. Looks super simple, but in adverse conditions and in a survival situation, you know, panic sets in and everything. That's why you gotta have knowledge, and you actually gotta practice this stuff, you know. Oh, there goes the sun. See? Look. Lost it. Now you can put a little bit of that powder on there, and you'll see it just start burning its way into the ember. The finer you grind this up too, the better, really. Now you want to get this ember, you know, relatively big before you go throwing it in your bird's nest and going to start your fire with it. So I would sit here, keep grinding this up, pulverizing it. You know, you can use your knife to get it smushed up a little bit, whatever you need. once you get it so big, you know, you can kind of let it go, slowly feed it, and then it'll just keep growing as long as you have material there for it to feed off of. Alright guys, so what's in the box? This is a beehive that my dad got for me for my birthday, and it was just, the bees were just ready last week, and we finally got it over here and set up. And as you can see, they just go in this entrance right here on the bottom end. And we're hoping they don't get stung, kind of pissed them off a little bit. But anyhow, they go in and out right there from that entrance, and they seem to be doing pretty good. I haven't got to open this box up yet. I got my veil and I got a smoker, so that will be in the next upcoming videos, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.